What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good, guys. We're going to be doing a timeless love message for, more specifically, probably just like a love message, like Twinflame, Soulmates type of reading. Spirits tell me to tap in just because there's been some major shifts. So my whole thing is I usually will tap in whenever I feel like there's been a major shift within the Twinflame collective. As I'm sure you know, if you're watching this video, you've been tapped in, you have your own experience. If you consider yourself to be divine feminine, there's been a lot of shifts with you. Divine masculine has been shifting as well. There's been a big heart opening between you two right now. It's going to be a continuation of what I was talking about on my Instagram, JS Tarot Service, the daily message. This video should be out the same day. So the message on there today had to do with a big conversation coming, and Spirit was kind of urging you to rest, take a little bit of time to recuperate, and just prepare yourself for the intensity of what's coming in. I'm sure if you're tapped in, you can feel it. It's been really intense. It's been really electric. There's been a lot of movement in the ethers coming in. And yeah, so we're going to just tap in, guys. Usually, yeah, like I said, Spirit wants me to tap in. We're going to be using the Dragon Tarot today. I don't think I've actually used this on my channel since back in the day. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, this one's empty my pockets. Get my little pendant in my pocket. All right, guys. So yeah, we're just gonna tap in. I'm gonna do it the way I've usually been doing it, where it's just pulling cards and I place them where they go, just like an intuitive reading. And if we feel like we need clarity on anything, we'll clarify. But otherwise, let's get into it. So, hope you guys have been good. Oh, I almost forgot, we gotta take a breath and then say a prayer. By the way, thank you to everybody that's been subscribing. We just hit 100 subscribers, and I want to say thank you. I've never had 100 subscribers on YouTube, and yeah, I'm really grateful. The video's been doing really well. Everybody seems to be enjoying them, showing love, and I'm really grateful to be able to connect with you guys and read for you guys. I've been doing it for myself for so long. It's just nice to be able to help other people and do what I do, and I enjoy it, and I'm grateful. And the sun is shining. Is it from up here or from above here? I can't tell. Oh yeah, the sun is shining. It's cool. I'm like parked in a way where the sun's just gonna be shining and making it look maybe a little weird, but it looks kind of cool, I think. Anyways, let's take a breath, say a prayer. I'm gonna get into it, guys. Pray to God, Spirit, my guides, my angels, my ancestors to help guide myself, the collective, and anybody watching to see the clearest messages for the highest good of all involved in our love and relationships pertaining to this timeless Twinflame soulmate reading is probably what's going to end up being. That's pretty much what I tap into anytime I do a love reading. Keep in mind that like just because I say those terms doesn't mean they have to apply to that. It can apply to like any relationship you're in. Although this is particularly guided towards romance because that is what I've been guided to do. So, okay, we already got a first card out. And 3 of Pentacles reverse. I feel like with this card coming out first, I feel like you are coming out of a space of being imbalanced. And I feel like it has a lot to do with your own mental space. It has a lot to do with the way you have brought balance into your life. And by shifting your internal space, you're shifting your external reality, right? So yeah, I just saw 333 on the counter. And it really just feels like this energy of just the collective coming into a space of power, right? It's a collective recognizing how much power they wield. It can be your person also seeing this within you, and by seeing this within you, they're seeing this within themselves. It does feel like a really good energy coming in right now. It feels like a nice balance. I know it's in the reverse, but to me that just speaks of we're coming out of this, okay? So let's pull some more cards. Bottom of the deck though, we have 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles to me, in this situation, can speak of movement. I mean, I always see the 8 of Pentacles as like if you think of 8, it can represent a new cycle. I personally have been seeing a lot of 8s. Like, I know normally I'll see like 88 or just like 3 8s, but like recently I've been seeing like 4 to 6 8s. Like I was like earlier today when I was on my way out here, there was a truck in front of me that had like 5 8s on the license plate, which I've never seen before. And then the other day, there I saw like on a receipt it had like it was a bunch of 5s. It was a whole bunch of 5s. So maybe like 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 and like 8 8 8 8 8. Maybe that means something to you. I don't know. But we have 8s here, and to me that just speaks of entering a new cycle in commitment, stability, and just overall clarity. I know usually you would associate clarity with like swords and stuff, but I feel like the fact that we're coming out of this imbalance, that's allowing this to come in. We're just by shifting your perspective is allowing this stability to come into your life and your relationships. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. Yeah, under this card though, we might do some bottom of the deck stuff. I tend to do that with myself anyways. So we have the Magician, and it's just like I said, this new energy is coming in. It's one of those things where I feel like we have gotten past the space of trust. Like we've already learned, that was what we talked about in our recent videos, learning to trust your process, trust the divine, to trust your manifestations. And I'm just gonna like shift myself, because sometimes I kind of lean weird and then I end up, yeah. So I'm gonna sit like this and try to do like this. So just, I don't know, I feel like we're entering this really beautiful space for the collective I'm reading for, and just anybody else that does watch this that taps in. It's like entering this really, it's like, I don't want to say it's a new space, because it's a space that has always been there, right? It's a space that everybody can tap into. You can call it 5D, you can call it whatever you want. It's a state of consciousness, to me, is raising your vibration in the sense of raising yourself to a higher state of consciousness. And by doing so, you're allowing your partner to do the same. You're allowing your counterpart to shift into this space as well. And it's this energy of working in tandem, right? It's this energy of, this is what we spoke of in the last Twinflame reading. It's counterparts healing the polarities to come together. And I feel like you've gotten to that space of understanding. I feel like you've integrated that, and now, because you've done so, you're now bringing in what it is you seek. So whether that's union, reunion, reconciliation, anything that you feel resonates for you, I feel like that is what is coming in for you right now, okay? So we'll pull that to the side. Oops, I accidentally pulled another card with it. I didn't mean to. Yeah. The card that came out with that, which I didn't mean to pull, was Page of Pentacles. So, like I said, I mean, we have basically all Pentacle energy on the table except for the Magician, right? Let's go and take a look at everything we have. This is everything we have right now. We have these 4 cards. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have 3 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Page of Pentacles with the Magician. And I feel like the fact that this Page of Pentacles came out is speaking of the fact that you are going to be reaching this space of new beginnings, right? The Page of Pentacles is somebody who is very studious, somebody who is very hardworking, somebody who is really not afraid to undertake new beginnings, right? The Page energy is someone that's like fresh. It's like a, I don't even want to say immature, because it's not like an immature energy. It's a new energy. It's a newness that we're walking into. It's this new energy of really moving into the reality we have been trying to manifest here with this Magician. And it feels like we're finally at that point. Like I feel like before some of the messages were like, oh, we're at the precipice. It's almost time. There's like a really long kind of restful period. And now I feel like we've reached this space where the resting, while we do still need to rest, I feel like that period is coming to an end. And we're getting to a point now where things are getting very real. It was all in the 5D and it was all in the ethers for a long time. And for some of us, for many, many years before we truly came into some sort of union here. And if you have come into union, then you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. How, I mean, I know for me personally, I didn't intentionally try to manifest a twin flame union until maybe like back in like 2016 or 2017 was when I first set the intention to actually come into union with what I believe to be a twin flame. And let me say, it's been a journey. It has been a long journey. I mean, we're 2022 now, right? And just now seeing progress in any kind of way. And not that there wasn't progress before. I feel like it is all progress, but it just goes to show that like a lot of it for me was, you know, my mental space. A lot of it for me was believing what I was worthy of and aligning my beliefs with my actions and my faith in the divine. And I feel like that's really what the collective is going through right now. We have reached that point of alignment where we have aligned ourselves with ourselves. And I feel like that's what's allowing this new page energy to come in. And the fact that it's in the pentacle space, that just tells me that it's just a new beginning in our material reality, in the physical realms, the 3D. All of these blueprints being brought down. You know, the masculine energy, like we've spoken of, has taken that time to clear a lot of the the third dimensional karmic baggage, you know, karmic relationships, just anything having to do with the 3D. Well, I feel like the divine feminine has been clearing a lot of stuff in the 5D. And so to me, this is the union of the two, because the page energy would be a feminine energy, right? Like, so you have the page and then you have the knight, but the pentacles itself can also be considered a feminine energy, but also I would say is also a masculine energy. I feel like this to me is a nice fusion of sorts, and it's like you two have both come into union with yourselves. You have aligned with yourselves. You have tried to manifest this union, 10-10 on the counter, and it's now coming to fruition, is what I'm hearing. It's a matter of believing it, quite honestly. Yeah. Let's see what else comes up. Probably going to be taking sips of my drink, though, because it's... Yeah, I can't have my AC on too much when I'm in the car, and like when I'm recording videos, because then you won't be able to hear me talk. And it is getting warm. This one's popping out here. I got two popping out. I'm going to take a sip. Tasty. Yeah, so, bottom of the deck, though. Excuse me, we have the Page of Cups. So a lot of page energy, a lot of new beginning energy coming in, guys. And this does, I mean, I feel like it's, I want to say, oh, we're tapping into your person, we're tapping into you, but the way I've been reading lately, I'm tapping into everybody, because it's one of these energies where when you really start to come into union with yourself and that affects your counterpart, that's what allows you to mirror this energy between each other, which is why I'm feeling like, I mean, I'm going to show you the other cards. There's one under the one that I'm seeing that I haven't seen, but again, we got two pages here. We have Page of Pentacles, new beginning in stability. Page of Cups, new beginning in love. Emotional expression. Again, the page energy is fresh. I mean, you see, they have the Page of Cups. I don't know. I don't look too much into the symbolism of the cards, excuse me, but it's just a new beginning energy. I'm just channeling the energies here. I mean, they got the Ace of Cups here. This is like the page, got that Ace of Cup. They know what they want. They're nurturing this little creature, dragon thing here. And, you know, you got the little gate, you know, entering the portal. This feels like the waters are now passing through. And I feel like you both have entered this space of passing through the portal. You've done the work. You face your emotions, and now you're coming into union with both. So the head and the heart coming into union and allowing external union because of that. Right, so if we're going to tap into some more of these. Yeah, so these two cards came out. Oh, this is beautiful. So we have the King of Wands. Okay. Cards are falling. And we have the Three of Wands. I almost said reverse, but it's not reverse. So again, it's this energy of, it's a celebratory energy, guys. It's this really, really beautiful energy. It's, to me, the Three of Wands can speak of new beginnings, right? New passionate beginnings, because the three represents balance, stability, between the mind, body, and the soul. It can be the Trinity, the divine, however you want to look at it. It is a three energy, a divine energy manifest into the physical, right? And I feel like this could represent your masculine counterpart for sure. This could definitely represent your masculine counterpart, really understanding now that this is what they want to do. You know, they have their wand, they're ready to go, and they're ready to bring this in here. But the fact that we have the two pages there tells me that you're both in this energy. It's not something where I feel like I'm reading for just one person anymore. I feel like I'm reading for both of you now, because you guys are mirroring each other. And I feel like you've done so much work on yourselves. You're really allowing this to come in. And by you accepting it within yourself, your partner is now accepting that. And there's, again, like I talked about earlier in the reading, there's a massive heart opening going on. And the reason I say so is I've been personally feeling that today as I was doing this reading, which is why I wanted to tap in. And the way you can tell if you're feeling a heart opening is you'll often be in this space of, it's almost like a pressure, not like an actual, like, oh my god, something's wrong pressure, but it's like a, you know, that feeling when you're heartbroken, right? It's that kind of pressure. And so it's like your heart is bursting open, and there's a lot of emotions flowing, right? Because you're opening your heart, right? Your heart is opening to this connection. You're allowing yourself to feel the emotions of this connection, the good emotions and the bad emotions, everything that comes with it, because the heart space contains all of that. And it's somewhere where you can tap into your heart space. And that's why I speak on that sometimes, saying tap into your heart space. Because tapping into your heart space allows you to tap into the infinite possibilities of your reality, right? Because that's where I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of the manifestations come from. It's one of those things where I feel like that energy will truly start to manifest because you're tapping into that heart space, right? Sorry, somebody is like pulling slow in front of me. I think they're just trying to look for somewhere to park. But anyways, yeah. because they just stopped like right. It was like right almost in front of my car, and they just were kind of sitting there, and I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, guys, like I said, heart opening here. I feel like that heart opening is really coming in between you two right now. It's allowing you to just accept the connection for what it is instead of trying to explain it as what it isn't, right? That's the best way I can explain that. Let's pull some more cards here. Okay, we got one down there. Let me just see what it is. Yeah, Seven of Swords reverse. Yep, and then we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So the karmic energies, guys, they're clearing. They're gone. The deception is gone. I feel like, we were tapping into this energy of this big conversation coming in. And again, that can be indicative here of the King of Wands with the Three of Wands. And it's this energy of your person wanting to come in and offer you this new beginning with the pages, two of the pages, right? I feel like if you're tapped in more so as a divine feminine, that is the space that a lot of feminines have been in. For me personally, it's been something where really learning to embody the feminine energy and understanding that you will not have to chase really anything that isn't meant for you. It does not mean you should not put in the work, and that does not mean you should not put in effort. There's a balance, right? Because the feminine energy, we all contain both. We contain masculine and feminine. So as you embody your feminine energy, you learn to tame your masculine energy a little bit more. Again, not gender specific, and it's allowing you to be in a space of receptivity, which is allowing this cycle to close. I feel like this is what this is indicative of here, is you are closing out those very deep, painful, karmic cycles of deception, and it feels like self-deception. I feel like a lot of it is clearing the deceptions in our own space and clearing the deceptions that are in the mind. And by doing so, you're allowing these cycles to close out, right? They're closing out, and it's like you're entering this new reality, and it's almost as if like your partner was there all along. I mean, you're always connected at the soul level, and it's like you're already in union is the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of what the external circumstances looked like, regardless of when this was in the upright, again, like I spoke on that post, if I had to do with like a spiritual warfare and karmic debts and all that kind of stuff, and what I was talking about there was all you really need to ever do is pray to the divine. Honestly, that's all you got to do. I mean, you really don't have to do anything else. If you try to get involved, you're going to likely bring karma onto yourself, and it feels like you understood that. You decided to take that route of praying to your guides, angels, and your ancestors, letting the divine handle what the divine handles, and by doing so, focusing on yourself, embodying that feminine energy, and now closing out those cycles to bring in those new beginnings, guys. This is a really beautiful energy. I want to take a second to just say how proud I am of you guys. Bottom of the deck under the Ten of Pentacles, guys, we have the Page of Swords. We have every single page except for the Page of Wands, but the King of Wands came out. So that tells me here is everything else was already kind of like okay, you know what? The King of Wands is telling me that passion was already established, right? It was established as a page. That was how this connection started out between you two, right? This is how it started out, as the page, right? You guys started out in this page energy with the passion. I don't even know if you can really see it. The light's kind of making it hard to see, like anything is like blurring everything. But yeah, it's just like you guys have really, I don't know. I'm like thinking of moving my car, but I don't know if I should. I don't know. I could. I would really only have to pull around. I think I'm gonna do it because it's getting kind of blurry. Let me just like pull around. No, Spirit, it's fine. I think it looks cool. You get the messages anyways. It's fine. Anyways, so to me, I feel like the page energy was already there. That was how this connection started with you and your masculine. It was something where, or if you're a masculine tuning in, you and your feminine. I'm speaking to both of you, by the way, so I apologize if I tend to speak to one more than the other. I just personally, resonate more with a feminine energy. Just being who I am as a person, I resonate more with feminine energy. I consider myself to be a divine feminine more than a divine masculine. And it's again, back to this, it's you started out in this passionate energy, and that was how the connection started, right? And then that was kind of where I feel like those karmic cycles had to close out, because I feel like a lot of connections, specifically in the very sexual driven society that most of us live in, we tend to place our connections worth based on what it can provide for us sexually or in a passionate way. And so now I feel like we're bringing in a higher level of love into the collective through our connections. And it's again closing out those cycles, closing out those old paradigms, which I do really feel like this is what the twin flame journey is truly about to some degree. closing out cycles within ourselves, and by doing so in the collective, and really bringing a higher vibrational love into the collective consciousness, which again is going to help the collective grow and heal and do all the things that we need to do, and do all the things that we have been called here to do. If you have decided to heed the call of your mission, your passion, your calling, whatever it is, I feel like that's why you are on this journey here with me, as we are in this together, guys. And again, that's why I feel like we have so much page energy. We now have the Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. And the passionate is, the Page of Wands is now leveling up into the King of Wands. And so I feel like your masculine has now leveled up, right? And they are now in this space of wanting to provide you with all of the new page energy that they have learned, 222 on the counter, that they have learned within themselves, right? It's this energy of they have leveled up, and now they want to show you how much they have leveled up. But the question is, are you going to see them for who they are, or are you going to see them for who they were, right? It's this lesson of really understanding that, like, regardless of where you stand on either side of the counterpart journey, twin flame journey, you are all going to mirror, I would say, karmic aspects of yourselves to each other, shadow aspects, toxic aspects that you're healing from. That's a difficult word to say. Just really, really letting go of your old ways. And it's understanding that, like, if you can change, and knowing how much you have grown and changed, even just in a short amount of time, your counterpart can and will do the exact same. All it takes is for you to give them the benefit of the doubt and trust that they are changing. Okay? Let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. I can't do this too long. We can do 2 parts, I suppose. I'm going to go for as long as I go. But my phone cuts off at like 33 minutes, so... Yep, I don't know why. Probably just because of the quality that I'm recording at. I would imagine. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we got a lot of bottom of the deck energy, guys. Hold on. Okay. Let's just keep it there. Well, no, we'll leave it there. Okay. So, it's kind of hard to deny. We have the Emperor, we have the Empress, and we have the Fool, all at the bottom of the deck. I could have pulled when I set it down, the Emperor looked like it was in the reverse, but as I pulled it up with the other cards, by the time I pulled it around, it ended up in the upright. It can be in the reverse, but I really feel like it doesn't really matter at this point, because regardless, you have the counterparts here, right? We have 2222 on the counter now, and so yeah, guys, we have, the new beginning between the counterparts. This is coming together. It has been a long journey for many of us, and it's just really beautiful to be able to see this coming together for us, guys, because we have the 9 of Wands. So I feel like there has been a lot of deliberation. This separation that you may have been in, if you have been in separation, there has been a really deep sense of thinking very thoroughly thinking through this connection, and really deciding, I think, from both ends, if this is something that is real. And I feel like something that many of us go through on this journey, specifically in separation, is really questioning whether it is real. I'm sure if you've experienced this, you have had full-on telepathic conversations with your counterpart. And the reason, I feel like the way you can determine that is understanding how you are in your mind. Like, you know what your thoughts feel like, you know what your thoughts sound like. And when you have telepathic communication with people, it's completely different. It's like as if you're getting downloads from the divine. It's very similar to that, where it's just weird. I don't know how else to explain it, but you can have full-on, and I'm talking about consistent full-on communication for like hours on end with your person, and it's not, I don't know. That's why I've had moments where I'm like, in this 9 of Wands, I'm like, am I truly having this conversation, or am I just thinking these thoughts to myself? But then you can have a point where you cut off the conversation, and then you're back to your regular thoughts. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is I feel like you have both really taken the time to understand this connection. I feel like both counterparts have really taken the space. Both counterparts have questioned the connection at some point, which I feel like is natural, because it's not like anything you would have ever experienced. There will literally never be another connection in the entirety of your life that will ever replace this. Never. And we have a crow hanging out right up top. He just came to say hi. Never, 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 guys. And I mean that with my true heart and soul. You can try to date other people, you can do whatever you want, but At the end of the day, you're never going to find anything like this. And I feel like that's a big reason why this 9 of Wands energy is here. This to me represents not giving up. This represents continuing this, I don't want to say continuing this cycle, but it's like renewing the cycle, right? 9 in the tarot to me can represent cycles for sure, but it can also be renewal. Like if you see 999 out a lot in public, that can be something representative of renew, like you're entering a new cycle. And this 9 of Wands with these cards here, you are entering that new cycle with your person and the Fool. It is new for sure. It is unlike anything both of you have ever experienced. I feel like many of us have probably had false twin experiences. We have had lots of karmic experiences. We've had soulmate experiences. They're all different terms that can mean different things to everybody. But at the end of the day, what I'm seeing is you and your partner are truly sharing a connection that can never be replaced. And I think you both recognize that now. It may have taken some time for both of you to truly come to terms with it, but I feel like you are now in that space of entering this, guys. And again, I want to congratulate you. That is really awesome. It's very beautiful. It's really cool. Alright, I'm gonna pull some more cards. I feel like this reading turned into more of a confirmation than anything. I feel like some of you may just really need that confirmation and to help your mind stay on that path. If you do want to stay on that path, keep in mind that not everybody wants to and not everybody has to. It is a difficult path for sure. It's not something that is for the light of heart, or for the faint of heart, excuse me. And it requires a lighthearted approach, right? It requires that Fool energy that we just got between you two, that kind of playfulness, to be able to keep you in that space of focusing on the dream and focusing on the vision, right? That was a big message we got too when we were doing the daily timeless messages on Instagram. Some of the messages for the past few days were focus on the dream, keep believing in the dream with some of them. And I feel like it's just a really important energy, guys. Okay, let's see what's the bottom here. So here we do have the Page of Wands reverse. Okay, yeah, we have other cards too, but we'll start with this one here. So sorry, there was a car that drove by that was like just like my car, except in a different color. I always like seeing the same make and model and stuff. I think it's kind of cool. It's like, oh hey, we're matching. Anyways, so again, this is the energy that we were talking about earlier, the Page of Wands reverse. And I feel like this is just confirmation that like the immaturity that was existing in the connection is now coming to an end, right? I feel like we're doing this reading in like chunks, and we're going through chunks of the story, and it's almost as if we're going back in time, reviewing everything that's happened. It's like a review before the big exam, right? And that's what I feel like this big conversation that's coming up for you guys. That is what this is. This reading, I feel like, is preparing you for that. It's helping validate that within yourself. If you feel like you're having trouble validating that within yourself, I hope that I can help validate that here with you, because we have the Six of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles reversed, okay? And so I feel like this is just representative of what you're moving away from, what you both are now understanding and moving away from. You're seeing that you do want to move forward with this connection, but you don't want to do it like this. I mean, to me, this just feels like impatience, right? When I see the Seven of Pentacles reverse, it's this energy of needing to trust that the seeds you planted are manifesting, they are growing. Even if you do not see them right now, you may not see the movement. You may see this Page of Pentacles reverse or Page of Wands reverse, and it's making you question your counterpart, like, oh, what's going on? Are they, do they believe in this connection? Are they feeling this connection? And I'm here to tell you that, yeah, they clearly do, because it's showing up in the cards. There's the Emperor, there's the King of Wands, all of the Page energy, and to me, this just feels like they're moving away from this immature behavior. They may have been very immature in the past. There may be an age gap between you two. They may be just maybe a little bit more inexperienced in the spiritual realm than you are. And that does not make them any higher or lower. That just means they're at a different level of learning, because we all can learn in different ways. It's like there's no set way to grow spiritually, and just because you've grown more in one area doesn't mean that you're going to be the same in another, and vice versa. So especially in a connection like this energy is telling me that there's still so much to learn between you two, and recognizing that you two can teach each other so much just by understanding this alone. But again, just to kind of close this tarot part out here, guys, because we're reaching the end of the part, I'm just going to keep it as one part. You guys are going to be moving forward here very, very soon. There's going to be a conversation surrounding this, right? There's going to be a conversation that's going to explain this behavior, that's going to explain what was going on with the lack of investment. And it's going to be, I feel like this is more so a confirmation that like you're going to be moving forward in a way that's not going to be a reflection of what you thought was happening, because it's like your seeds that you planted are coming to fruition. You're going to be leaving this energy behind, and the spirit's going to show you. I feel like you're going to be shown in a lot of new exciting ways, guys. Okay, but I'm going to close this reading out here for you with the magical spell cards deck. It's a really fun deck. I've been enjoying it. I haven't actually been using it by myself too much. I feel like I got the Oracle deck specifically for readings. When I do readings by myself, I end up just pulling tarot cards until I pull like the entire deck. I've had a couple times. That's actually how I got in touch with these intuitive readings the way I do now. There's times where I'll sit there for like 1 to 2 hours. I won't even recognize it's like almost 1.5 to 2 hours sometimes, and I'll just sit there and I'll just keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and I'll be able to weave these really intricate stories of like, you know, what's going on with this person, and then like this other person shows up, and I'll, you know, get like energy on that, and I'll be able to ask very specific questions, and to the point where like you can really tell such an intricate story of a situation by just pulling all the cards in the deck to the point where you feel like you want to stop, and then pulling from another deck. So we're gonna shuffle and pull maybe a couple cards here. Bottom of the deck we have Harvest. Okay, is exactly what we just talked about. Card 43, boiling down to a 7, representing the stability that is going to be coming through, representing the divine support that is here in this connection, right? The card says, as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Guys, you guys are ready. We're all ready for this. It's happening. It's here. You got to believe it. You got to trust the divine and trust that it is coming in, because the more you do, the more it will. Okay, right? First card out is imagination. Exactly what I was talking about. If you can imagine it, it's going to happen here for you, I promise. 41 coming down to a 5, representing the changes that are happening. It says, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee, guys. Give thanks to the divine for the blessings that are already here for you. It's recognizing that union was there. They was there all along. I mean, if it wasn't, would you be having these telepathic conversations with them? Would you be feeling their emotions so strongly, even if you try not to? But you can detach, and you can, you know, release their energy. I would recommend doing so after you have these 5D conversations or a meeting in the dream realms, right? But final card here, guys, strength. Okay, again, boiling down to a 7. This is coming together. Your harvest is here. Okay, it says strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, staminal power. Yeah, see the way it's kind of weird. I don't know what that means. Staminal power, maybe? Stamina and power? I don't know. But yeah, the reading is about to end, guys, so I just want to say that, you know, just be strong. Use your imagination. Trust in the divine. Trust in your partner. Trust in yourself. And trust that this is coming together, guys, with the harvest. The harvest is here. It's here. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's going to look different for everybody, you know what I mean? But we are all leveling up, and this connection is being brought together for a lot of people. This is a confirmation of that. So stay strong. Keep focusing on the vision and trust that this is coming in for you, okay? But I appreciate all of y'all watching. Thank you again for 100 subscribers, guys. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, and have a good one.